That's it. So as long as, because a click, that might be 10 cents, but like if a million people fucking click on it, that's a couple $1,000.
Right.
Feel me? That's it. And then how many videos have you seen of the two of them?
A lot.
Yeah. So multiply it.
Okay.
Do the math, and then you see how they get their money.
Okay. So we got the World Cup going.
And we just finished today.
You know, I wanted my African teams to progress. You know what I mean? To do, I was, Ghana was in my life, rooting for Ghana, rooting for Senegal, rooting for, even Nigeria. I didn't even think Nigeria made the team. Did Nigeria make the team? Man.
Nigeria was not in the World Cup.
I know they would have went far, but like Cameroon, I know Cameroon was in it. But, I've, dropped off late. But my African teams didn't really perform to my liking, and as far as we finished today, just kind of, what's your whole take on the World Cup?
If something goes down to penalty kicks, that's a luck of the draw. Like anybody can win on penalty kicks.
Right.
It's just so bravo, give props. I gotta give my props to Argentina and Messi.
So let's start with the African teams. What do you think happened?
African teams, when it comes down to it, we got African players in the biggest leagues in Europe, and we got the French team, for example, in the final today.
Right.
They got kids. All these kids come from Senegal, Congo, Ivory Coast, Angola.
Like born there.
Born or first generation, right?
Right.
You feel me? So what I think is like the African football associations, like the different countries and stuff like that. We have to do more to attract our talent and give them more. As a football is, we've seen the magnitude of America is not even I said football, but soccer.
Soccer,
right?
Well, it is football.
It's football, but that's how I call it. That's how I call it football. But if we speaking to an American audience, I want to make it clear. But football is the thing where even in America, it's probably maybe top 3 now. You got maybe top 4, top 5 sports. American football, baseball, basketball, and then maybe soccer for American people. But you see how many people tune into it when it comes World Cup time. And then it's gaining more popularity right now. So a lot of our people, a lot of Africans, we don't place emphasis on sports. We don't place a lot. Like if you're my kid, if I'm African, I'm probably telling you got to go to school to be a lawyer, be a doctor, be an engineer, be this, be that, and on all that and everything. So we don't place a lot of emphasis on recreation or extracurriculars when it comes down to it. And I think if we like our FAs, the football associations and stuff like that, if we invested some more into it, because it's not for the lack of talent. The talent is there. Black folks, bro, look at NBA, bro. What's the demographic of NBA? Probably like 95% black.
Yeah, 95%.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at NFL, bro. What's the demographics? Probably the
90.
same, around the same, 90%.
Yeah, 90%.
You feel me? So us as black folks or as of African descent, we're athletic. We can excel in anything, bro.
Right.
We can excel in anything if we dedicate the time and we put emphasis on it. It's not lack of talent that we don't have. Africa has never gone past the shout out to Morocco right now, but Africa has not gone past the semifinals of the World Cup. It's the investment, it's the time, it's the emphasis on these teams, and then it's the corruption that come down to it. If there was structures in place, there's no reason why we can't dominate, bro.
Yeah, I'll say that. I mean,
that's how I think when it comes down to why I feel Africa.
Because every year we always peak. We always peak.
Yeah.
Even shout out to Morocco. Morocco was in there for a good bit. But I just feel like our time is coming. And at the end,
It's been coming, but like the time is not gonna come if we don't do the work for it. That's the time has been coming. Like Morocco played in the semifinal game as the first team from Africa, and I did in quotations because even though like with Morocco, even though a lot of the their descendants are not even Arabs. They're Berbers, like Berbers, right? Their ethnicity is probably, they say, I did the demographics thing on, it's probably like 45% to like 80% have, it's spelled Berber. It's Berbers in French, Berbers in English, right? 85, they're not, 80, like 40 to probably like 80% of them are of that descent, not Arab, but they consider themselves to be Arab, right? They're a Muslim country, but even though they don't claim to be African, or a good bit of them don't claim to be African, they're the first African team that made it that far in the World Cup. And we got to give them props. And I got good friends that are Moroccans, and they're not like it. But they consider, my friends that are Moroccan, they consider themselves African.
Right.
Right.
Because
But
the whole cliche is.
it might be politics that's involved with it and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But we still got to give them props, and we still got to up. Yeah, you got to
At
give
the
them
end of
props.
the day, an African team.
Yeah,
They're
they're
recognized
on
as an
whether
African
whether
team.
they want to or not.
Yeah,
on the
they're
continent.
recognized as an African
Yeah,
team.
this Africa, they're playing CAF. They're playing CAF, which is the African Football Conference. So confederation.
I still believe our day is coming, but it takes a unifying change to be able to really, move that to a gratifying achievement that we're all going to love and want to see in the nearest future.
And that's what it comes down to. And that's what it comes down to. It's like, and we can't even just say, oh, Africans is not doing. But the only two continents has been South America and Europe, who won World Cup final. Brazil, and from South America has been Brazil and Argentina. Maybe Uruguay has won. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on my history. But there's a lot of teams between Brazil and Argentina, and then Europe, when it comes, Germany won, France has won a few times, England won a long time ago in like the 50s or something like that. Italy has won.
So we're still striving.
We're still striving.
It's
So
not
just
at
us.
the point
Asia,
where we supposed to win now. It was still moving. It's because
nothing is now.
Right.
Everything is in progress. Nothing is immediate. But I feel like we've had in how long has the World Cup been around that we've been, but we have to start taking we have to start making those changes now. And if we want to win, we got 4 years to the next one, and we got if maybe not the next one, but the one after that, that's 8 years. You got 8 years is enough time to develop, plan, and all of that stuff to get stuff there. But it comes down to one unity. It comes down to incentive, because these kids can't just go play for free.
Absolutely.
You got to incentivize them. You got to whatever you put in, you get out. If
Absolutely.
and we got to give them credit, because a lot of the players who come back home and play for Africa, really they're doing it out of the love that they feel for the country, not because the country is doing anything for
Because they're
them.
not getting compensated.
Of course not. So that's what it comes down to. It's like we got to pour into them, so to reap the benefits of it.